So before I start painting today, I want to elaborate on something that I said yesterday, a little bit more. In a monetary system, right? Everything is always too expensive. And that's just the way it is, right? Everything is way too expensive. Like if we have a natural disaster, it's way too expensive to prepare for it because, what if it doesn't happen? Then we wasted all that money preparing for it, right? It's way too expensive to really fix it afterwards and help people, really, like the people in Puerto Rico after all those hurricanes said we did nothing for them, It's way too expensive to help people afterwards. That's because we have a monetary system, right? Monetary system values everything in life with a price tag, money. Everything costs too much, Preparing for something that's going to happen, that's going to hurt people and destroy things that we hold valuable. It's too expensive to prepare for it, right? Too expensive to fix it afterwards. Too expensive to make sure that, if we have oil and we want to make sure it doesn't spill into the Gulf or anywhere else, we need the oil tankers. It's too expensive to make sure everything is perfect so an accident doesn't happen. Cutting corners, it's too expensive, man. It's, as a programmer, I found that over and over again. It's like I provide a solution to somebody as a programmer. And it's like, oh no, that's way too expensive. You got to cut. But this is the solution. This is what you wanted, and this is what the application I'm going to provide for you. I'm going to build for you, right? I'm going to build for you. This is what you wanted, but it's too expensive, so we can't afford that. So this is the budget that we have. You have to build something that, but then it's not going to be what you wanted. It's not going to be perfect. It's going to have mistakes. It's going to have things. Well, if you can't do it, this other company will do it. Competition, right? It's like, all right. So I'll build the thing that you wanted, less what really needs to be in there because of money, because it's too expensive. So in a monetary system, right? Everything is too expensive, and because everything is too expensive, we never have a proper solution for that problem. This goes back to the other video I posted about, there's only one solution, It's the one solution is the one with no monetary value, because that's the one that's going to give us what we need. But in a case where in a monetary system, we value things, it's like, well, it's going to take, we have to pay these workers to do this job. It's like, well, if you didn't have to pay them, if you gave them everything for free, if we all just shared everything and built everything for everyone the way we should be building it for free, allowing them to work 3-4 hours a day, the most, that's all you really need, 7 minutes, 3-4 hours a day working, 24 hours around the clock. They would contribute those 3-4 hours a day so that they would have a free existence, right? You get a house, you get a car, you get 2 cars if you need it, if you need more than 1 car, all these things, that we put price tags on. If we didn't put a price tag on them, if there was no monetary system to value them and human life, everything would be better. The things that we want to do in life, are too expensive to do, wouldn't be the case, Oh, it's hard to manage stuff like that. No, it's hard to manage what we're doing right now, because right now we're spending all of our time managing, protecting, serving, paying out, getting in money. All the time wasted in banking and insurance and all these things that support money would be gone. All that time that we wasted, those 40 years or 20 years that person working into an insurance office wasted, for insurance, she wouldn't have to do that. She could have spent 4 hours working to create the one good product we could all share of each thing, the best, different colors, different, but one. And then she could have then worked out her karma and everything else that she needs to work out within this lifetime. And instead, they waste our time. 8 hours working, 8 to 12 hours working, 8 hours sleeping, and 8 hours, managing money. That's what we do in life. And once in a while, we have enough time to go do something. On the weekend, we get drunk from Friday to Sunday because we can't deal with it, right? And we have to go back Monday to that same job. So if there was no monetary system, right, we could prepare for disasters. We could focus on getting in touch with Mother Earth, getting in touch with the things that we need to get in touch with on this planet to help us understand what's happening, and work through them. The cures for all these diseases cure for cancer is way too expensive. It's not that they can't find the cure for cancer. They can find the cure for cancer, but it's way too expensive to develop. If there was no monetary system, we'd have the cure for cancer in almost every disease. Because the price tag we put on finding the cure, the price tag we put on finding the things that we need to find in our society that would help us, that is the problem. That's what causes us not to now be able to find the cure for cancer, not to be able to find the cure for any other disease. They're too expensive. Everything is too expensive in life. And it's going to get more expensive as the rich continue pushing this monetary system and this for-profit economy in our faces and say, this is the only way to do it. Get it? This is the only way to do it. You got to do it this way. And then, you go on work and you work your 8 hours, 10 hours, and you sleep your 8 hours, and then and then you have fun in your other 8 hours. Well, me, the wealthy, gets to sit up here and watch. I guarantee you, the wealthy have an escape plan, right? If whatever they're doing to this planet and to this society ever goes wrong, I guarantee you they got the bunkers, they got the spaceships, they got whatever they need to get out of here and watch us poor people deal with it. And like I said, it's like if an asteroid hits, right? They'll just fly up into space, wait for all the dust to settle, and then fly back down. They already did it a few months back. SpaceX brought a whole bunch of billionaires into space. What do you think they did that for? Why do you think they showed us that, look, the billionaires can go into space? Maybe one day you can't too if you become a billionaire. That to me was a grave warning. It's like, oh, they got the money to go into space now if something happens to this planet. And they know something's going to happen. They know eventually something is going to happen. It is getting too much. There's too many storms. There's too many things happening. There's too many things that are happening all around the world. And every 11 years, it gets worse. It's building up. We're at that 11-year point. 1990. I'll even go back. 1979, I'm sure there was something. I don't remember what it was, but 1979, 1990, 2001, 2012, 2023. We're 2 years away from something really big happening. And it could be any time between now and those 2 years. Up to 2023. And they know that. They understand that. They just don't tell us that. They don't tell us that because they don't want us to be panicky and walk away from their pyramid and say, hey, wait a second, I'm not going to keep on building this spaceship for you so you can take it up into space and watch us die. Because that's what they are going to do. And if you don't believe that the wealthy are able to do that and capable of doing that, really? Are you that fucking stupid? That they've been using us for how, God knows how long, as their slaves in this pyramid, as their slaves, as their working class? They've been using us all this time, and they're not going to disappear when something happens. They're not going to find a way to go into a bunker or go up into space, and as something happens to this planet, they're planning to fucking to populate Mars so they can get out of here. This planet has been around for 100 billion years. Yet our civilization has only been around for 5, 10, 15,000, I don't know, 20, whatever they're telling us. In that amount of time, how many civilizations have been reached a point where we are now and then cease to exist because Mother Earth said, I'm tired of you. I'm tired of you drilling into me. I'm tired of you polluting my waters with this garbage, all for profit. Okay? The reason we have oil still is because it's profitable for the oil makers, and they're sticking it in the cars, and then they're convincing you, it's like, hey, man, oil is the best way, gas is the best way, fuck electric cars, man. And even the electric car is going to be too expensive. Like, I can't afford an electric car. I'd like to buy one, but I can't afford one. Only the rich can afford these things that they put out there. And then eventually they go down in price, and a cheaper model, a cheaper version of it, the poor can buy eventually. But when do we have to wait for that? When do we have to wait for that? Again, in a monetary system, everything is too expensive to do. The proper solution to the problems that we face every freaking day are too expensive. It's too expensive to feed everybody. It's too expensive to make sure we rid ourselves of poverty. It's too expensive to help people in other countries that are being slaughtered by people that don't understand and are power hungry because of money, because of power, because this is what we teach our children. Someone posted something today about what we're teaching our children. It's exactly it. We're teaching our children to be profitable. We're teaching our children to be the banking system and all these things that will keep them slaves to it. In one way or another, unless you're the wealthy up there, even middle class, you're all slaves. You're just a buffer between the poor and the rich. You're just out there breaking your ass and buying all the things that make you feel a little more better, a little more like the rich people. And then you waste your freaking lifetime spending your money and doing and then your lifetime is gone. Gone. And then you die, and then you're reborn as the same thing because you never learn. You go back and forth in karma, right? If you don't learn about the thing that you're supposed to learn in this lifetime, you just go back doing the same thing over again because you didn't learn it. And how do we learn it if they don't teach us? If they don't tell the kids in school? If they don't teach them about karma? If they don't teach them about reincarnation? Well, they're being more half of this world is being taught that when you die, you go to heaven, and there's a God up there that's waiting for you to, hey, come on in. Hey, all your money, come on in. We're waiting for you. Thanks for being poor. Really needed you to be poor down there, and help the rich stay rich and be up on top of that scale. Top of that pyramid, top of that seesaw, where the poor is standing on one side of the seesaw and the rich on the top. It's like, see, we're up here. Well, the poor are sitting on the other side of the seesaw going like, how come I have to sit here? And all the poor has to do is walk right off that seesaw and watch them fall right to the ground. So again, in a monetary system, right? Everything that we need is too expensive. Everything we need done, everything that we really have to, you can get a cheaper version of it, but you'll never have the solution, the one solution, because it's too expensive. So cancer will never be eradicated. All these other diseases, MS, all these other diseases and these problems, they're all too expensive. And if you're rich enough, you can afford, the luxury places where you're spying, trying to get healthy again. But the poor people have to deal with the hospital system that doesn't give a shit about them, just wants to feed them medication, cut them open, slice them up, and say, see, you're going to be better soon. And then wait for the 20% that I got to pay. That's what a monetary system does. It makes sure, right, that the poor stay poor, the rich stay rich, and always, there's never a solution to the problems that we face, because the solution is too expensive. Take the monetary system out, share everything equally with everyone. Make sure that we as a society work together to create the products, well, can make every one of the best Lamborghini and every one of the best products. We all just work together to do that instead of sitting in an office managing money for an insurance company or a bank or whatever. Everything else, even nonprofits have a problem because they have to pay their employees still and get money for the nonprofit donation money. So that's all. It's all money. It's everything we do in life revolves around money. So money becomes our God, and the thing that we have to follow, and we have to go around and really work really hard to get as the solution to every problem. It keeps on slipping away. Because in a monetary system, there will never be a solution. The only way that there is a solution, the only right solution to every problem that we face is the one that has no monetary value. And that's including religion, because religion, same thing. Every organized religion, there's money involved. There's donation money. There's the Vatican is like wealthy, super wealthy. Yet, you think they'd sell one of their paintings and feed a third world country, right? Nah. They keep it on the wall. Keep Michelangelo's stuff on the wall. They keep it there. And they say, you see, this is what God gave to me. Yeah, so even religions corrupt to the bone. Everything in life that has a monetary value associated with it, a price tag, will never have the proper solution. You will never have this thing going away. You will never have this thing become something that we need, this existence, something that we need as a civilization. We need to work together, stop competing, stop profiting. You can compete in sports. I don't give a shit, man. You can compete in sports, but you're gonna compete in a civilization? The only animals out there that compete are ones that are starving, that need food. So that's where we're basing our society on. The starving animals that need food and they have to kill each other for food. Instead of basing our society on the sun, the universe, the planet, everything around us in harmony that has no monetary system, no for-profit. They don't compete. Nothing on the planet. The planet doesn't compete with the sun, right? Because the sun would just devour the planet if it did. It works in harmony with the sun, and the sun provides us sunlight. The trees don't compete with us. If they did, they would stop giving us oxygen, which one day they might actually fucking do. If we keep on cutting them down and destroying them, right? They don't compete with us. We compete with the trees because we cut down the trees, but they don't compete with us. They provide us oxygen for free. Everything in life is free, except for the monetary system that was implanted into our being. It's implanted into our psyche to make us believe that is the only thing we can do. The only thing that we can do is go out there and work for a living and pay your bills because there's some rich guy up there that needs a new fucking car. He's got 25, he needs a 26 car on your hard work. And don't forget that spaceship they're taking into space. They need that built by your workers, by the poor, right? You don't ever tell them what to do. So, oh yeah, just build this, and then thank you, bye. And that's what a monetary system does. It provides no solution. All it provides is a way for the wealthy, the 1,159 billionaires, to stay in power and rape poor people, force them into a slave existence where they die and get reborn, never understanding their karma and getting reborn back as slaves. That's what your monetary system has done to our society, our human society. End of message.